Lady Brain.
The Lady Brain podcast is brought to you by listenlocalradio.com. Thanks for listening.
You were a red light that stopped me right in my tracks when I was flying through the crossroads. No yellow in between, quick change from red to green. You made me move, you made me go. You taught me to switch gears, and now the road is clear. We let go of the brakes. I'll drive with you, my dear, and we'll collect souvenirs. Love is all it takes. I picture you and me, two little girls at sea, digging our heels and shifting sands. Baby, don't cry those tears. There's enough salt out here. We hold our breath, we're holding hands. I'm learning how to tell when the next wave will swell. Anticipate the breaks. And I'm willing to dive through long as I can pop up with you. Love is all it takes. Ain't going anywhere, you can quote me, girl, I said it. If something tries to break us, just trust that I won't let it. I don't need a judge to tell me that I'm wedded to you. And you never have to worry, you never gotta sweat it. I told you if you pick me, you never would regret it. I love you when I met you, I love you till the credits roll through. I'm learning how to tell when the next wave will swell. Anticipate the breaks. I'm willing to dive through long as I can pop up with you. Love is all it takes. 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 Love, love is all it takes.
Love is all it takes on the Lady Brain podcast. Welcome to the show, everybody, and welcome my guests, Lindsay and Chloe. Lindsay White, Chloe Lou. Yay, good to see your pretty face.
Hi.
So that's a beautiful song, Lindsay, and that's an oldie but goodie, right? Was that the Lovebirds?
Yeah, it's the Lovebirds. I was feeling nostalgic when I was sending you my tunes. I think there's an element of missing traveling and playing with people and riding with people. So I was like, I'm going to send some Lovebird songs.
I love it. I'm glad you did. So, Lindsay, I know and love you and have for decades. But Chloe, not just meeting you, right?
Yeah, I don't think we've ever met. I think you moved right when I started to be more involved with Lady Brain, and so I haven't seen you.
I'm glad you reached out to be on the show because now I get to know all about you. So first of all, congratulations on your big win. You took home the trophy for the best pop album, San Diego Music Awards 2020. That was cool. Congrats.
Yeah, it was crazy. Thank you.
And what album was that?
It's called Storybook. It's my first album. It's the first time I've ever put my own music out there and the first time I ever recorded. And yeah, it was kind of surreal to...
Bad.
Yeah, it was cool.
And then you share that with the Lydells, Chloe Liu and the Lydells.
Yes.
Who is in your band?
Yeah. So it's Chris Davies. He was in the Penetrators and he played with Cindy Lee Berryhill for a long time. He actually named the Beat Farmers and won a bottle of, or not a bottle, a case of beer for it back in the late 70s, early 80s. And so then there's Chris Davies, Pete Meisner, he's in the Zimzy Quartet, and he also was in the Crawdaddies with Chris Davies as well. And then Ron Silva, he was in the Nashville Ramblers, and he's been in various bands throughout the years. And Richard Larson, T-Bone, is my drummer, and he's in a bajillion bands. I can't even start to name those off.
Yeah.
And Dave Flemminger, who's in Alvino and the Dwells, and I think some of those people.
Well, congrats to all of you guys. That was well deserved. So let's hear a song off that album. I think I have selected Shipwrecks up next. So tell me about that song.
I actually wrote that song, I want to say 2016. It was shortly after I had gotten married, and I'm already divorced. The whole album is kind of about that whole journey. Shipwrecks is one of those really personal songs that I think a lot of people identify with. It's kind of, it means something different to everybody. And so I've really accepted that part of that song. I never actually expected to tell people what it was about, and then had people ask me, and I was like, do I tell them what it's really about? I guess I should. I don't know. Let them have their own story with it.
Thank you for your honesty. It's beautiful. Let's hear that right now. This is Shipwrecks by Chloe Liu on the Lady Brain podcast.
I dream of shipwrecks crashing on the rocks, losing control of this when I know it's wrong. Falling in love was easy, staying in love is hard, but I know it's worth it, and I'll try to be the one. But I built a freight train. It carried cargo. We set the train out to sea. If it would float, we had a false hope. We had so far to go. If only trains had buoys, we should have built a boat. We should have let it sail. Instead we built a train. Train derail. We built a strong ship upon a railroad, sang sailor songs and dreamed of moving in one lane. We had a true love. We called it music. The anchor dropped, there was no steam. We should have built a train. We had 1,000 tries. Instead we built a boat. Let the boat capsize. I'll dock my boat out in calmer waters, close enough to see land, and I'll look for you. Your locomotive will pass alongside the harbor, just close enough to squeeze my hand as you fly through. I'm gonna build a boat. I'm gonna hoist the mast.
was Boat Train by the Lovebirds. Before that, we heard Shipwrecks by Chloe, Lou, and the Lydells. Right here on the Lady Brain podcast. Cathryn Beeks here with Lindsay and Chloe, and just enjoying some songs and catching up. So good to talk to other human beings, especially beautiful, talented ones. So thank you again, Lindsay, for bringing back some Lovebird action. That was so cool. Love that song. Tell the rest of the world who maybe doesn't know about the Lovebirds what that journey was all in a nutshell.
I was in a duo with Veronica May, who most people in San Diego know and love. We did a duo thing for like 6 years, wrote some awesome tunes, recorded 3 albums with Jeff Berkeley that now sort of serve as a time capsule of that part of my life, which is really cool. It was good. We traveled a lot. We were able to play a lot of shows and do a lot of good stuff all over, and just a fun time. I mean, obviously a hard time too. Lots of struggles, challenges, if you will, with mental health stuff and relationship stuff and all that stuff that makes bands interesting. But yeah, we had a good time, and it's nice to look back on it now that there's been enough healing in between, you know? So it feels like grief when you finally are able to reach the point and look back on it fondly.
It's good stuff. So if you don't mind my sharing, and we can edit this out if you do, you had a COVID test today. You have a procedure coming up, and you needed to have a test. So what was the COVID test all about?
Oh, you want to talk about my colonoscopy?
Exactly
what I want to talk about.
I totally wasn't going to bring up what the procedure was.
I don't care. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's like you reach over 35 and you're like, nah, this is life. Cameras everywhere.
I was more interested in the COVID test and what that's all about.
Actually, having been dealing with fertility stuff for the last year and having all kinds of people all up in all kinds of places in my body, the COVID test was pretty much nothing. It felt like somebody tickled my nostril with a Q-tip. It was not a big deal. So I guess they just make everybody do it before they have a big procedure, which is smart. And I've been wanting to get tested anyway, just because I work, with kiddos. So it wasn't really a big deal. I'm more nervous about Friday, so send me your well wishes that goes smoothly, if you will.
It will. It absolutely
Cameras
will.
everywhere.
Okay, we're gonna play another song. Let's play "In Our Love." And Chloe, can you tell me about that song?
That actually is kind of my I don't identify as anything, but I've dated women and I've dated men and I've dated a trans woman before as well. That song is very, it's just about my, I was in a relationship with someone and I felt like free, probably for the first time. I didn't feel ashamed for my sexuality. Like, my dad knows that I've dated, like, when I was in college, I came out to him as a lesbian, and then now I've married a man, I have dated women, I've dated all walks of life. I mean, but I don't, I was saying that most of my family doesn't know that. My sister and my dad are probably the only family members that do, but most of my friends that know me well know that about me. And that song was kind of just about, like, letting things grow into love and not worrying about what other people think of my love with someone. And just kind of, for me, it was a middle finger to, like, no one can tell me who I can love, like, and so it's my personal declaration of fuck you for if you don't think. Sorry, I said the F word. Yeah.
just have to love. You've got to accept the love that comes your way. And how much time will it take to feel your heartbeat without a break? And how many loves will you lose? And who will you hurt every time you think the worst? There's no one to tell us we're wrong in our love. No, there's no one to tell us we're wrong in our love. One, two, three. My love once a chameleon green, changed shapes, fought hard not to be seen, shrank into a shallow shamrock dream, seeking out a four-leaf clover. My love once a jazzy blue, learned songs and scales it never knew. It sought the sky but stuck like glue to an uncertain ocean. Lover, I've taken to the color wheel to repaint the walls of how I feel. My canvas is a heart that needs to heal, but aren't all works in progress works of art still? 5, 6, 7. My love now a honey gold, smacks of sweetness somehow subtly bold, rises sunny to thaw out the cold, setting with a gentle hover. My love now a crimson red, bleeds deeper than it's ever bled, as plump as kissed lips, freshly wet, just to the top and it spills right over. I've taken to the color wheel to repaint the walls of how I feel. My canvas is a heart that needs to heal, but aren't all works in progress? Aren't all works in progress? Aren't all works in progress works of art still?
That was Crimson Love by the Lovebirds on the Lady Brain podcast. Before that, we heard In Our Love by Chloe Lou and the Lidells, San Diego Music Award winner of the 2020 Best Pop Album. Congratulations again. That's so cool. I love that. Lindsay, tell me what's going on with Lady Brain. You're doing an amazing job keeping us all together during this time. I can't even tell you.
Trying. What's going on? I'm trying to use the blog and interview platform a lot more to just sort of amplify the stories of women creators in the community. I know that you can always do the live stream showcase thing, and I do want to do more of that, but I get so much anxiety around, producing a full-on internet show. It gives me like hives. So I'm like, how else can we use this platform other than, virtual workshops behind the scenes? How can we amplify these voices for our public-facing side? And so we've been doing a couple different series. We're in the middle of like a Queer Voices series right now, where I'm trying to interview a bunch of queer members of our community, and it's been really cool. I mean, I'm learning so much about members / like I'm just like posting the blog and like crying, like I never knew this about this person, and it's just warming my heart and endearing me to our members in like a whole new way, which is so important right now because I feel, it's so easy to get disconnected. It feels so far away, and like when are we ever gonna feel close again? So just from a selfish standpoint, I've had a lot of joy reading these interviews and posting them, but I hope at the same time that the community too is learning a lot, that there's no one queer voice, there's no one monolithic experience of what it is to be in this community or any community really. And so that's really beautiful to kind of highlight different experiences and perspectives because they're so different.
For real, girl.
I've been enjoying reading it.
Good, I'm glad.
So just glad that it still continues. Okay, so what's next on the horizon for you, Chloe Lou? What are you doing? What's the goals post pandemic?
Well, I will admit that I've been pretty lazy when it comes to music. I haven't really had a lot of everything got derailed this year. We planned on recording and releasing a couple singles this year, and that hasn't happened. But I've been writing a lot, and Chris Davies and I write all the songs together, and so I'm really lucky that he's such a motivator, because he will send me just music to listen to and get inspired by and write melodies and lyrics too. Nice. Which is fantastic. So we've got a bunch of we've got at least an album worth of songs written and honed. Well, they were honed before the pandemic. We'll probably have to practice a few times before we go into the studio, but yeah, hopefully we're gonna get some recordings out there. I'm working on animating a music video for Shipwrecks right now, which this is my first dive into animation, which is very time consuming.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a video for a music video for my song, and then I started on it and I'm like, oh, this is 1 second of it takes so long to do, and I'm just like, oh, what did I get myself into? So I've been simplifying it, and it's gonna be a really simple music video. It's gonna look really simple, but it's gonna have taken me a lot of time to do.
But just think, it'll make quarantine go by like a snap when you dive into a project like that.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm also nannying too, so I'm I get home at 1 from twin 2-year-old boys who are potty training. And then I'm I just want to lay on the couch and watch Netflix. And I'm nope, I got to work on this.
So, Linz, what's up for you next after your colonoscopy?
Yeah, just basically trying to survive over here. But, it's kind of same as Chloe. I've been kind of taking it slow, and I had a gig, which was, earth shattering. It felt so good to, it was still a virtual gig, but, it was I went to a venue and I played it, and that felt so good. So hopefully some safe gigs can kind of pop up here and there to make me feel like I'm still a musician. And my producer lives in Minneapolis now, so we were working virtually anyway. So I guess that's kind of good. That's nothing new. But we were kind of, the wheels sort of fell off a little bit as everybody was dealing, and now that this appears to be what life is just going to be like, we're just I guess we should get going on recording again. And so I'm looking forward to that, because I really, before all this started, I really wanted to put out a new album this year, and while I won't hold myself to that ambitious of a goal, I hope we can at least just kind of move in that direction, so we can feel like I'm doing something musically, other than just letting my songs go to die on YouTube.
Singles are where it's at anyway. Just give us some singles.
I know, but I just I love an album, I love a collection of songs that work together. Yeah. I miss that.
Chloe Lou, how do people find this award-winning album? Where can they buy it online?
It is on all streaming platforms. You can buy it on our website, ChloeLouandTheLadells.com. It's also available on Bandcamp. Yeah, and I do still have physical copies that are just sitting in a box, and I've been thinking about saying that to people and being like, "Hey, you could Venmo me and I can, I don't know, put it in your mailbox if you're local or send it," but I still haven't done that. But yeah, digitally, it's available on all streaming platforms.
And Lindsay, how do people get more information about you and Lady Brain?
For my music, you can go to lindsaywhitemusic.com. For Lady Brain, you could go to ladybrainpresents.com. There's lots of new merch on Lady Brain, on the Lady Brain store too, so that's exciting.
There is cool stuff. Okay. All right. We're going to end the show today with the final song, which is Story is Over. So, Chloe, what's the story with Story is Over?
It's us. I wrote that song when I was like 20, and I had just gotten out of the first long-term relationship I'd ever been in, and that's basically what it's about. The first long-term relationship, and saying, you can't, I'm not gonna be your mom.
All right, you guys, so good to hang out with you. I love you. Be safe out there.
Love you. Thank
Love
you.
Thank you, guys.
Talk
Be
to you
safe.
later. Safe. Bye.
The story is over now, and I moved on in my head. There's no point in talking it out, 'cause you'll just wind up dead. I pushed and I pulled you out of so many falls, and I am leaving now. You won't see me at all, 'cause baby, there's nothing you can do to make me stay, and there's nothing I can do to make you be a man. You have to choose what you want in life. I can't make any decisions for you. The story is over now. Just leave me alone. There's no point in calling me now, 'cause I turn off my phone. Why don't you just leave it go? Just go away. No, never mind that now. I don't want you to stay, 'cause baby,
Podcast is brought to you by listenlocalradio.com. Thanks for listening.